right, good morning, everyone, again. So April is one of my favorite months because it's Financial Literacy Month. Probably not the favorite month for Faraz because it's a lot of taxes and bookkeeping, but it is one of my favorite months because it gives me the opportunity to talk to people and explain why financial literacy is so important, right? It's literally the basis for how we live our life is what I think. So I just want to talk about that today and how it affects us all. So a little bit about what we'll be doing today. I'll talk a little bit about myself and my firm. We'll talk about what financial literacy is, the power of financial literacy, and I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. So let's get into it. As you know, I am a financial advisor based here in the Bay Area. My office is in Saratoga. We have offices across the United States. I work with small businesses and individuals and families, and I help them with their money. I have a family. I've got 3 grown children. This will be my 30th wedding anniversary. I do volunteer work. I am the board chairperson for Grow Family Services, which is an incredible nonprofit based in the Mayfair area of San Jose. So we provide services for early childhood education. And then my team and I get together. We get together probably a couple times a year, and this was an event that we went to in Las Vegas. I think it was last year for a 401k event. A little bit more about Aria Wealth Management. We are fiduciaries. What does that mean? We don't sell products and we don't earn commissions. We work every day with our clients to provide value. And we do financial planning. So most of what I do with my clients is predicated on financial planning, which is basically taking a look at everything that you have, everything that you own, and everything that you owe, and helping you make a path forward to where you want to be. Why work with us? Well, our purpose is to empower our clients so they can make the very best decisions for themselves. All right, so what is financial literacy, right? A recent QuickBooks survey says that 68% of businesses wish that they had more information or knew more about financial literacy. A lot of us are business owners, and if you think about how that big leap of faith that we took to open our business, a lot of that time, it's all that courage, it's, all of that to get to our businesses going, but we don't do the other part, which is the financial planning and the financial management. So we start a little bit backwards sometimes. Great ideas, but not a whole lot of planning, right? And that's especially true for Gen Z because a lot of them do side hustles, they do gigs. So they get very excited about that type of opportunity and just don't have the resources or the education to really focus on the financial management of their businesses. So what is financial literacy? Well, it's more than knowing how to balance a checkbook, that's for sure, right? It's about making confident financial decisions, right? And the core areas are budgeting and cash flow for both your personal and your business, debit and credit management, saving and investing. That is one thing in particular that I think that small businesses sell yourself short on, which is saving and investing. Risk management, also a huge thing. I know Rick has here with State Farm has told us many times about how risk management can really derail your business, right? You need to have that as well. Tax awareness, I know that speaks for Oz's language there, right? You need to be tax aware. What you do in your business makes a big difference on how profitable you can be. And lastly, planning for the future, retirement, business succession. That's my part, right? That's something as well that a lot of small businesses are not looking towards the future and not determining how they're going to exit out of their business. And sometimes they haven't even thought about how they're going to save for their retirement. So that's a great opportunity for somebody to work with Tarek who can help them really take a look at their business and get that up to speed so they can think about some exit point. Why does it matter? Well, personally, it reduces money stress, right? It builds confidence and it strengthens families. There's like the number one, Amanda could probably tell us statistics on divorce. It's finances and stress is the number one killer of relationships, right? So being able to have financial literacy and understand the financial management of your business will reduce money stress. And like I said, it builds confidence and it strengthens family. Professionally, this is really important, right? And we've heard Tarek say this many, many times. about how important it is to understand your numbers so you can price your products and your service correctly, right? Are you underpricing it? Are you not taking, thinking about how much time it takes you to sell your widget or your service? It's super important to understand your numbers for that reason. And community-wide, educated business owners build resilient communities, right? And they can make an impact. So what we're doing right now in this room is incredibly important amongst us, right? Because we take this information and we also impact our communities by learning from one another. So a few things to be aware of these pitfalls: mixing personal and business expenses. Oh, that's a big no-no, right? That's always hard. Sometimes you forget you don't have the right credit card and you're like, oh shoot, I'll just use my personal one. But if you can avoid that, it's super important that you keep your two expenses separate, your business and your personal. Not saving for taxes or emergency. April 15 comes every single year, right? And that's really one of the hardest times to think about. It's going to come every year. April 15 will always be here. How are you saving for your taxes or for those emergencies? Not understanding business credit is very important as well. I think a lot of us small business owners build our business on our own personal credit, right? And then you don't realize that extends into your business. So if something happens to your business, that could also impact your personal credit. Operating without a budget or forecast. How do you know what you can do if you don't have a budget and you can't forecast your revenue and your expenses? And lastly, underestimating the value of time or profitability. And I talked about that a little bit. About not pricing correctly or not understanding how you're not making enough money, enough revenue, and you're spending so much time and resources and expenses. And it's not leading to where you would want to be. Okay, the power of financial confidence. It's knowing where your money is going. You're making proactive decisions, not reactive ones. You're understanding your key metrics. You have a plan for growth and the slow seasons, which is very, very important because sometimes our money, especially as self-employed people, our money is not, we don't get a regular paycheck every month, right? So you have to understand that you have a slow season and how you can work through that. And understanding your profit margins, your burn rate, your net worth, and be able to talk openly and wisely about your money at home, with your business partners, with your clients. That's all very important to do. Okay, so let's talk about 3 quick wins to make this month, all right? So number 1, I'm gonna challenge you to know your numbers. And it should be pretty easy because you just finished filing your taxes, right? So you should know your numbers at this time. So get an idea, take a look at your returns, take a look at your Schedule C, and take a look at what your overall profit and loss was for the year, right? What money was coming in, what money was going out. Set a mini goal. Maybe this is the year that you decide to start saving for your retirement or increase your emergency savings. So set a little mini goal for yourself. And use a tool or an advisor. There's so many of us in this room that can help other small businesses, right? We've got risk management here, we've got accounting and bookkeeping here, we've got business coaching, we've got HR tools. So, and legal counsel, that's right. We've got a brand photographer. There are so many of us here that can help each other elevate our businesses and elevate other small business owners out there in the community. So those are my 3 quick wins for this month. I hope you'll all do them and join me in doing that. So thanks so much, and I'm happy to answer any questions.